We're on. Okay.
We're on.
That's one thing I never understand with actors. They always have to have that thing close to their face, and it's always like...
Action.
Snap. Perfect. That always gets you in the mood, doesn't it? Like, like whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I have to be mad. Snap.
Well, I'd be mad that they snapped out of my face.
How was your week?
It was good.
So I probably should explain this, huh?
Yes.
So I just went to Grayson's 8th grade. So
Oh, I thought you were going to explain the hat.
Oh.
Wear it on your head.
I had this when I was in high school, and a Scrap and Designs put the little like ribbon figures on. I love them. They're my new heroes.
I like them.
Me too. And so she asked me. I know we've talked about this before. Asked me to go. So I literally ran from I've been running from place to place. This week has been the craziest week for me.
Go ahead, vent it out.
I feel like. So Monday I had to go to Providence to find. I had to go to Providence to do the whole.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, money.
How did that go?
Actually, it went really well.
Ooh.
It did. Well.
They owe you money.
No. Sue's never gonna owe me money. It was just to find balances, and of course, I got divorced in a period where computers weren't everything. Now it's everything, so they're always like, "Oh, just do it online." I'm like, I can't, because I fell into this thing where they were nice enough to try to set things up, and I have to wait for a pin to be mailed to me, but they were super nice compared to Newport, because Newport was like, "I don't know, you got problems, mister," and I'm like, thanks. That's why I came to you, because you're the expert. There was 10 people. There was not 10 lines, but there's 10 lines. And there's 20 people working in the back. They were just like, "How can I help you?" I was like, "Oh my God." So I didn't want to park in Providence, so we caught the bus. So that's always experience.
I've never ridden the bus.
Oh my gosh.
We almost did for St. Patty's Day, but
it is amazing and horrible all in the same breath.
Yeah.
Because if you're a people watcher like me, oh, it's amazing. But then you can't go anywhere. You're just like, this is the greatest moment, but I can't laugh. I can't look. I can't, because
Right.
But I actually, on the way home, I'm just like, okay, that was good. And I guess, I'm trying not to say this word, but I have that anxiety going places, but I force myself through it, as I guess my generation does, just suck it up and do it, jump off the cliff type of thing. So my heart is out to here, but I'm just like, yeah, okay, I'm doing good, walking to Providence, catching the bus, because my thing is I'll miss it and I'll never get another bus again, which is not true, but
it's like that episode of SpongeBob where we kept missing the bus.
Oh, look, a phone. Ah! Oh, I want candy. Ah! So so I landed finding out more stuff, and was like, oh, good. I wish it was better, but it was still way better than I thought it was. So it was actually good news, and I walked away and caught the bus home, and then the worst thing happened. The absolute worst thing happened to me. Someone got on the bus, looked at me, looked at their phone, looked at me, looked at their phone, and I'm going. And now I'm trying not to look at them, because I'm like, oh, okay, what is up with this guy? Why does he keep looking at his phone? So you're him, and I'm just like, okay. And he keeps looking at me, and I'm going. Now I'm not wearing this hat, so before anyone says, I'm wearing normal clothes, I'm just like, And all of a sudden he leans over, and I'm like, oh no. And he goes like this, he goes, is your name Niles? And I'm like, yeah. I had just hit puberty. He's like, it's Rob Deacon. And I was like, oh my God. I knew who he was automatically. He went to high school with us. He's a year younger or 2 years younger. And he was a really great kid. He was actually one of those kids that was cool and not cool in the same breath. He was at all the parties, and we'd be like, what are you doing? How is he here? And he'd be like, hey, but he played on the football team, but yet he wasn't cool. I don't know, explain it.
Yeah, no, I think everyone has one of
Those, and you're just
Yeah.
always like, how are you here? Like,
Yeah.
every party I went to, it didn't matter. It could have been jocks, it could have been like the theater. I was just like, dude, how are you here? He's like, I hear parties all the time. I'm like, is there a network I don't know about? Because can I sign up for it?
Right.
Because he was everywhere. So he sits next to me, he starts talking. And of course, I'm not going to go through our lives, but we end up talking because I haven't seen him since high school. So that's 30 years ago.
Oh, I'm just going to Providence and
I know.
finalize my divorce. Or work on my divorce.
No, yeah, it was just how much I still owed her.
Yeah.
And just to finish it up. So, but it was just like, okay, and you're just like, I'm just like, oh.
Is it more than you thought?
No, it's no. He turned 18 2 years ago, and
oh, you don't have to.
no,
Okay.
no, it doesn't matter. So I stopped paying. I stopped paying. Like, I don't have to keep paying, but I had some backage that I had to pay because of in 2008 the economy kind of crashed and things went from one price to another price, so things got changed. It's not a secret. It's not like I'm not ripping her off. I'm still paying, so it's not like I'm in jail or something. I've never got that, but I did fall behind on things. So no, and like everything else, I don't know. We always think the world is black and white, like, oh, you got to be a bad dad if you go get rearage, or you get this or you get that, and it's like, well, no, good people, things bad happens to them, and then things happen, but I'm paying it off, and I got it, and when they gave us the number at 18, because they give you a letter saying you're officially done paying off, like, your son, but you still owe this money. And
paying off your son sounds like
I know.
like
well, you don't
your
talk
car.
to me. Yeah, well, that's what it is now. Like,
Yeah.
you know what? It's really bad because that's what it feels like. Because I don't talk to him. I don't see him. I haven't seen him since he was about 15. It was his choice, and I hope he lives a very happy life. And I always just think I've learned at a young age that just because you're mom and dad doesn't mean that your mom and dad forever, because some kids grow and they leave that nest and they never look behind, and that's fine. That's as long as he's not, I guess, harassing me, or I'm not harassing him, we're both living hopefully well, you don't live happy lives, but you live a life.
Yeah.
So that's was encouraging news. So because when I went, I thought the price was going to be a lot more, and yet no, I've been knocking down a lot. We're still not zero, but it's enough that you go, oh, I only got like a year or two left.
That's good.
So yeah, so that just kind of makes
We'll celebrate.
Yeah. Oh no, we are doing we are 420 alcoholic night. Might fall into coma. Might need parents to drive us home.
I'm gonna catch you can sleep on.
Perfect. Hold that baby out. And you know what?
Well, I'll get you an air
I gotta be honest. If I'm drinking that much, I won't even notice the difference. They're like, we pulled it out and you fell asleep there.
You slept under the blanket. Actually, mine lifts up to have the blanket, so that's where you slept.
You don't even know when I had the drink, bro, how many times I think the worst spot I can remember waking up was wrapped around a mailbox. On the road. Like it was in Tiverton. It was my friend's house, and there was other kids, we should say kids because we were in our 20s, but there were other people sleeping, but they were like far towards the house, and somehow I slept with it around me, like I was a cat and I was cuddling it. I think I was purring too. So all the cars, vroom, vroom. I'm like,
is that a car? No, it's just Niles.
Perfect.
Hydrojet.
Hey Mom, so then I did that on Monday. Tuesday I had to go grocery shopping because Wednesday we were supposed to have the 8th grade graduation. Yeah, so we did that, and then and then Wednesday was Talon's birthday. So
You guys do anything?
well, we were supposed to, but the whole family got involved. And I didn't go. So we're just gonna leave that right there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's exactly.
Yeah.
No, you know what I mean
yeah,
though,
yeah.
because sometimes it's easier that way. There was too many, so I just said, nah, I'm good. And then I ended up going and playing video games with him and spending time with him, so we knew that a little something because I talked to Marin. I texted Marin today. She asked me how I was doing, so I got to talk to her today. I forgot to say that.
Nice.
So she got her permit a while back ago, so she was wondering when we can hang out. So I'm going to be working on trying to figure out a time that we can hang out. Probably take her shopping. I feel like I take everyone shopping with us. That is like every kid, like Talon, Grayson, or even, hey, you want to go shopping with us?
Grocery shopping?
No, that's what we do. We go to all the stores. We go to Target, Hobby Lobby, and I was like, well, we do that. If you want to tag along, you're more than welcome.
I'll pick you up.
Yeah, that's kind of how it is. And then most of them are
I never get invited to these days.
Yeah. Well, if you want to go shopping, you can. It's Wednesdays usually. And then I got home, and then today we had to clip us a Malamute. And I know you're like, I don't know what that is. You know what a husky is? Make it bigger.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was. It was like one of those change the blade, change the blade, It's like, oh, and we got that done. That was big projects. I don't know. That stresses me out. Is there anything that's like that?
Yeah.
It's in the book, or whatever, and you're just like, it's like every year you do it. You know you're going to do this, but this is going to be it's a project. It's not a.
Yeah. Every 6 weeks, my mom gets her nails done, her hair foiled, her eyebrows waxed, a haircut, and a blow dry.
You mean that's not an after color?
And now, because she was supposed to come in last night,
Yeah.
but she went to girls' day at Red Sox.
Oh yeah.
I texted her that morning. I'm like, "Oh, happy Yas Queen appointment," because that's what she called it.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh shit, I'm in Boston today." I'm like, okay. So she's going.
Do you not watch a podcast? We complain about these people.
No, it was
No,
like
you know
she
what I
was
mean.
my last one, so
You know
I was like,
what I
cool,
mean.
I get out early. But
Yeah.
at the same time, it's like I can't do a Friday like I normally do.
Right.
Because I'm gonna be in Connecticut, and I'll say why.
Yeah.
But so I had to put her next week.
Right.
And it's later on a Wednesday, an hour later than she normally comes. So I'm like, okay, great. But she was supposed to get her nails and her toes done. So next week I'm doing her nails, and the week after.
So you're gonna break it up instead of doing it all at once. Is that what you're trying to do?
Oh no! Last night was supposed to be everything. So
Right.
And then so next week we're just doing her fingernails.
Right.
And the week after that,
So you're trying to make instead of doing
it's
one
everything.
Yeah.
Hair, nails, toes.
You just go
Yeah.
you can do it, but it's
It's gonna be a long
it's
day.
like that mountain, and all you have to look at is that first step. Because if you look at the peak, you're never gonna get up there. And then I'm like, okay, so.
Thank God she's my mom. Others be like, sorry, shit out of luck.
Oh my gosh, I have to tell a story because I saw him yesterday. I saw him this week. Actually, this weekend we laughed so hard. I've never laughed at Shannon so hard in my whole life.
Okay.
So we walk into Cumberland Farms.
What?
You can't believe who I saw. So I walked by and
Is it me?
no,
Okay.
better.
Already,
So I
okay.
walk by and I say, now, before I say it's not who you think it is. So I walk by and I go, hello, Mr. Grant. And he turns and he goes, hello, Mr. Perry. Because you know how we're water and oil.
Yeah.
We like each other, but we don't.
Yep.
We've been friends for so long.
Mm-hmm.
So I walk and I grab what I need to grab and I come back. And then, of course, I said, I guess we got to stand behind this old man, right? Well, we're standing in line. So I said, hey, Shannon, you know Pat, right? And she goes, no, I've never met Pat. And I said, oh, okay. Oh, yeah, he stopped hanging out with Gary at the house when you started coming. Oh, I said, this is Mr. Grant. Pat. This is Shannon. So he says, oh, nice to meet you. And he's being nice, he's being really nice. And so he goes up and he buys stuff. And, we do the whole side to the kids. How's mom? How's dad? Roll our eyes, the game we play. He leaves. And so Shannon says to me, now we're paying for our stuff at companies, and she says to me, was that guy a few years older than you? Like, was he like a senior? And I'm like, no, he's my age. And I was like, I actually think he's like a month younger than me. And he's like, no, that guy's old. That guy's all gray. That guy's balding.
Stop it. Stop it.
And I just was like, and of course I see Pat waving outside. I'm like, yeah, he is old.
Oh, poor Pat.
Yeah, but he's got the silver fox going for him.
He does.
Like, I'm really mad at that because that's what I wanted. So let's be fair. Like, I'm a little PO'd. And your dad had the best. See, everyone got what I wanted. See, that's what is annoying me. Pat got the silver fox. I mean, he is all silver. And it's a nice silver.
Yeah.
You know, it's like not, it's like that silver.
Yeah.
And then your father went bald this way. And that's why I wanted to get bald. Because I want to tell everyone it was the headboard. I was like, damn headboard, rub it down my hair like this. Damn, now you're getting bored. I know it's a headboard. It's a headboard. I literally met Shannon and I haven't had the hair on my head since. But no, not me. I have this full set of hair. Not even gray. I have this little patch in my hair. Yeah, I have this little braid in my hair too, which is trying to keep my hair underneath my hat.
You have braid in your hair?
A little tiny little.
Did you braid it?
No. Yeah. I was like, yeah, I'm all over that.
I'll teach you.
I can't even put this in a bun. Shannon, I can't. Like at home, my hair just sits there at my feet. Or I wear a hat all day. Like I'm at home wearing a hat 24/7 because it's literally will do this.
See, like,
it just does this. It just
like...
goes boom right here. Like I'm like the whole night I'm going because this part always falls.
Clips. Where are the clips? We'll get you the little butterfly clips.
That's what I need. I'm like, oh.
You gotta do the little twist in the front.
Yeah, and so now I went. Oh, I just another thing. And I please don't take this wrong. I never realized how much I hate graduation. I thought I hated mine, and I just thought, well, I was young. You know, it's ignorant.
It's
you know
just
what I mean?
For no reason.
Like it's like, oh, I just hate those things because I was so that way. You know what I mean? 47 at 8th grade thing going. This is the boringest thing in the world. They have 4 more years of school. What are we doing? And I know it meant a lot to Grayson, so I went, but
yeah.
And I wore the hat like she did, like she told me. That's why I had the hat on. But whew. And now I just want tomorrow to be like on the couch with my hair in my face.
Can you do that tomorrow?
Drool. No, I gotta do some things. I gotta actually clean up. I know I have to actually. Because of the week being so crazy, I feel like I have things that I was normally doing. I'm not good off my schedule.
Me neither.
I am so bad off. I'm like, this is usually when I'm doing this, you know? And she'd be like, are you okay? Are you okay with this? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And I'm like, this is when I'm usually doing this right now, and I'm not. And now when I walk into the house, I see it, and I'm like, that's usually clean by now.
Right.
Like,
You're giving me anxiety.
Can you just do it for me just one time? Just
right.
Cup, jump off the table, walk over. You know, just do it yourself. Oh, it's just so bad. I don't know. I'm so bad at that. I am the creature of living like the same thing, waking up, doing the same thing. I can work 7 days a week. I mean, when I was a kid, I loved working 7 days because I didn't have to think. Wake up, get dressed, go to work.
Go to school.
You know, yeah. Same thing with school. It's like get up, go to school. Like you knew the same thing. Summertime was like, what are you supposed to do now? I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. That was so stressful for me. I'd just be like, because my dad would be like, no sleeping after 8, no this. I'm be like, what am I supposed to do? They're like, you can work. I'm like, no, I don't think I'm going to do that because I'm going to do that for the rest of my life.
My mom was asking at 14. She's like, so like, when are you going to get a job? I'm like, when they start hiring at 14.
Marin has a job. Marin, 16, is working at a Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, I was 16 when I got a job.
No, I'm just saying.
Oh. Kelsey started working at 14. But
is
also the problem with... No,
was it home stuff? Or?
No, she worked in a restaurant.
All right, let's go.
But she had to get like the working permit or
Yeah,
whatever.
you got to jump the hoops for that. Yeah. Nowadays, you have to go to
wouldn't
school.
have a ride to work.
Do you know?
So how would you like me to get
Do
there?
you know she had to ask school to get a work? Even no, she's
Yeah,
not even working until she graduates school. Like graduates, not graduates. Excuse me. You know, like the summer.
9 till the summer.
Like, you know, like she just started right before, like having one day, and she still needed permission. I'm like, why do you need permission?
She's 16 or she's
She's 16.
You said 16, you'd be fine.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And she's like, oh no, and then Shannon's like, yeah, this is what they all do.
Outside right now.
I don't know. It's a big party. Let it go. We're not invited. It's a drama thing.
Fucking rude. Don't you know we got podcasts?
We're on the freaking air. Can't you
Right.
see?
We can start putting it in the window.
No, because you know your neighbor would be like, on the air.
Oh God.
So your week, because we gotta hear your
Okay.
week.
Okay.
Because we're just talking about our weeks.
So.
Oh, I want to hear the rant too. Sorry.
Tuesday, I was supposed to have both kids, but Thomas is sick, so I just had Maeve.
Oh, I thought I heard kids. I thought you didn't have Tuesdays anymore. No, I get
Yes.
it.
Okay. Kelsey and all of them are going to Florida this weekend to see her grandfather.
So you took over. Yeah, that makes sense.
So, because Jessica needed time off of work,
Because I had to call
I
you.
assume it's because she's working on those days where she normally has them at home.
Right.
So,
Because I thought I heard little kids when I had to call you.
yeah, you heard Maeve. She's like, "Who are you talking to? Who is that?
Let me just
what
tell
are you
you,
talking about?"
I just want for a record, you're still better than my friend Rich when I talked to him on the phone.
What?
This is my friend. This is I'm not joking. This is us in high school. Now, mind you, this is how we would have to talk to each other because there was no cell phone. Hey, Rich. Hey. What are you doing? None. Are you home? Yeah. We going out? Do you want me to pick you up? Do you want to come over here? Why don't you just come here? Click.
Perfect.
And I'd be like, Rich? Okay. He hated talking on the phone. It was one word, and if you got 2 out of his mouth, you knew you were pushing it.
Okay, so I'm not terrible on the phone, but I was trying to process what you were saying to me while also having Maeve. Who is that? Who is that? Who are you talking to?
And I'm trying to talk as fast as I can.
I know, and I'm like...
Because this is you. I know you hate
We're
talking
on a walk, too, so we got a whole stimulation of the outside world.
You're like, well, you said you were free.
Yeah, I know. I know.
And then as soon as I call you, like...
And I was like, I should have waited to respond to that. Because we were literally on my street.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Coming home. And I should have just waited until we got inside so that way it'd be like less or whatever. But then, actually. But then.
Was she the worst on the phone?
She doesn't like talking on the phone.
So she's like Rich.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that. Boy, it's so tough for me.
Yeah, I don't like talking on the phone. But.
You're still better than it. You're still.
Well, because I have to use the phone at the salon,
Oh,
so I
yeah.
at least have to like respond back a little bit.
Rich man. Nope. Oh, and no matter what you ask him, it was a no yes answer. No matter what it was, it was like no.
And as soon as I hung up the phone, I was like, I had so many questions I wanted to ask him. It's like, I'll just wait. I'll just figure it out later. So yeah, I had to. Maeve came here,
Right.
and it was like this whole like last week into like the weekend, Kelsey and I were like tearing apart the house, right? Because we're trying to get rid of shit, we're trying to reorganize, trying to like clean it up.
That's good.
So like,
Look at that.
I was supposed to go there to their house,
Right.
and so like I needed to go to Goodwill to drop shit off. So
Right.
like my living room's filled with shit, right?
Right.
Everything's a mess because I just like try and tear it apart. And so 6 o'clock in the morning, Jessica's like, Thomas is sick, do you mind just taking Maeve at your house? And I'm like,
Okay.
yeah. I was like, that's fine, I'll probably end up going to your mom's house, so that way, because I don't really have a lot of entertainment here.
Because you know it's so not inconvenient, but it's like, okay, I get it.
It's because it was a change in my plans. Like, I already mentally prepared to go to their house. And so, like, I didn't do anything here.
Yeah. You want to be like, my house is not childproof.
Pretty much.
There are things that can catch on fire just by looking at it for small children. And it's amazing how quick that, like, I've been...
She's really good, but yeah.
No, I know, but
if Thomas was here,
yeah.
mayhem.
Because I've done that whole, oh, this is fine. As soon as, oh, God, the pen. Oh, God, this. Oh, God, how did you know how to work this?
Pretty much.
Where did you get a lighter? Where did that come from?
So,
Ashley's like, that is a typical day at school with me. Like, where did you get that from?
So I was supposed to be there for 7:30.
Mm-hmm.
So I assumed she was dropping her off at 7:30.
Right.
So like I rush clean or rush tidy just to like get things.
You literally have a bag. You're just throwing things in and throwing it into the back room. You're like, it's fine. It's fine. She's like, yeah, that's exactly what it was. A box.
It was a box. But yeah. So 7:30 rolls around. I'm like, okay, well maybe like it'd be like 8 o'clock because I think Jessica drops Maeve off at 8 o'clock usually.
She's at her house tapping her foot
cool.
like.
So I'm like, okay. So like I sit down and I'm just waiting. An hour goes by. I'm like, okay, so 8:30 is when she's dropping her off. Cool. So I start getting shit ready and like, oh, I had to pack and play still.
No texting. Like she's not texting you. You're not texting. Everybody's just playing it cool.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. No.
I mean, I didn't really care like what time she was dropping her off. I was just like.
But you just at this point, I'd be like, "Are you dropping her off?" After an hour.
I should ask her what time she was gonna.
Was that today?
But then it was like too late to like ask her.
Yeah,
so.
I know.
But so I went to get the pack and play and a book that I was gonna lend her, and just as I was grabbing it, she was like, "We're here." I'm like, "Cool, perfect." And I'm like looking out the window. I'm like, "Wait."
I can't do that stuff. Like I'm. Like me today.
Yeah.
It was like 6:30. I'm like at 6:30. I'm like I planned for 6:30. She's like she's 3 away. I'm like, okay. So I can leave at 6:32. It's fine. I still got here plenty of time. But it's not like in my head. I'm like 6:30. Gotta go.
Be stuck behind everybody.
Oh no! I got. But this is funny. I'm going 45, which the speed limit was 40. So I'm going 5 miles per hour. Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
A Florida guy sees me coming, and I'm going, oh, he's going to pull out. He's going to pull out. Oh, good, he's pulling out. He pulls out so close to me that my car does the automatic.
No.
Like my foot was on the brake, and I let it go, and it was going beep, beep, and it would stop. Like, it was still stopping, like, if that makes sense. And that's how much that guy, like, last minute pulled out.
I fucking hate
And then, to go out, to turn.
All 18 wheels around it?
Yeah, like to turn. It was like, didn't you see me? Didn't you know if you're gonna turn immediately? Just wait. And by the way, no cars behind me. Like he could have easily just let me go in 45 by him, then go to. I was like, oh my god, that actually scared me a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I really didn't think he was. I was like, okay, now we're not going. Oh my god, he's going. Like,
yeah.
Why would you do that? Now I'm in the slow lane, so I'm not in the fast lane.
Mm-hmm.
And he pulls into the thing, and then I get behind another guy. I mean, he was going 53, and I was like, I'm not going that fast. Yeah. Like I got behind him and looked at the speedometer. I was like, that's too fast. Like, I go 5 miles over. Like that's so I dropped it down. But I was like, this guy was flying. I'm like, okay, and I literally had all greens or yellows. Besides that, that, I was like. You know that Captain, give everything you got. I was like, wah. I was like, wah. I'm like, oh, here comes the yellow light. Oh, I'm through it. Oh, okay.
All right. Even if that was like an orange light, it's fine. Yeah, so she ended up coming here, and Jessica's like, oh, she wants to go to the play place. I'm like, okay, well, that'll fill some time.
Yeah.
Right there. So we went to the play place, and then we came back, and she's like, I want to go to the park. I'm like, okay, so we go to the park over here. Every fucking thing on there was so hot.
Oh, yeah.
She went... She went to go down and slide. She's like, this one's like a roller coaster.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool. So she goes.
She sits down. She's like, oh my fire.
But you didn't realize it until she already started going. So like, I'm trying to forgot.
So you see her flesh being like burnt off. Like, you ever see those people with hot knives going over the butter? They go, shoo. That was for, like, shoo. It was like half of her still up there. You're like,
sorry, Jess.
you know, when I was a kid, you know, those big, tall, like you'd have to climb up to space to slide down. And it'd be just, we used to put wax paper on our butts. And we used to like travel through time. We'd be like, whoosh! I am dead serious. We had one next to our house. You know, before they built, this is way back, you're not even going to remember this, but before they had the wooden...
Forward.
I don't know. My ass is still trying to figure out. No, but before the park that's there now in Portsmouth, and before the wooden one, there was a legit park there that had like the merry-go-round, the seesaw, and like the huge slide that you would like climb up, and it was like creaky, like, you know, like metal, like you're like it moved. If you moved a little bit, you moved a little bit.
Or if you stopped,
you didn't look down. You just kept going. And always the guy. It was always that one person. It's like, we're up high. Shut up. Keep going.
Right.
And they would sit on the wax paper, and you always do that first person. You're like, oh, you're gonna fly. And they were like, okay. And I remember being like, okay, you're gonna go really fast, so make sure you have your feet out and you're prepared. And they would just, you know, like, take off, and they'd be like like a stone on water, right off the ground, and we would all be like, we told him to put his feet down. Like, what is he doing? Or a girl. That was the other one. And I hate to be that way, but it was always a girl. I know what I'm doing. I don't give me the paper. I'm fine. I can do this. And then we'd be running home, and we'd be like, she took the paper.
Yeah, so we park hopped and went to the one further down.
Yeah.
And that one was like cold. And she got...
This one's just right.
So we played down there. And then we made Play-Doh.
Well, you made Play-Doh? That's
Play-Doh.
cool.
It was, but it was very like...
It's that edible kind? You know, they have kind that you can like eat now.
I mean, we made it, so like from scratch.
Yeah, well,
So you could eat it, yeah, but it's still like...
Nasty.
A lot of salt.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't want to.
You wouldn't want to, but trust me, in my day, that was the kind that killed you, and that was the kind that you're like, hey, you can actually eat that. No, really? Oh, man, put a little glue on this. Give me some of that paste.
Branch.
Good shit here. The one kid's like, nah, I'll skip the Play-Doh. You're like, ah.
So, yeah, so that was my Tuesday. Oh, this is my rant.
Okay, rant time.
I went grocery shopping, right?
Where'd you go?
Walmart. Oh, no, I went to Aldi first.
Okay.
Have you bought produce lately?
Yes.
Okay. This is my rant.
Go, girl. Preach it.
Every time I buy a fucking thing of strawberries, right?
Right.
They look so good in the store.
Right.
I get them home, they look really good still.
Right. Next
you
day.
go to... No, not even the day of.
Yeah?
I went to cut them, and half of them were moldy.
Now, usually what happens is, like, when I go, I'll see it, I'm like, oh, good, and you do the whole pick it up, you're, like, looking around it, you're, like, violating it, you're doing way more things than you used to. Like, I swear to God, like, you got to.
You're, like, taking some
because
from
if
the other
you
one.
don't,
right.
because, like, there's a middle piece that's, like, pure mold, and you don't know it. It's, like, all hidden. They're like, oh, they don't know. Here you go. Give me a good strawberry. They don't know. And they hide, like, the friggin' black one in the middle that infects all of them.
Right.
And I just did this with grapes. Like, oh, this is really good. And I took like the branch off and a crunchy. Oh, it's so yummy. Cause next one, it's all like soft. I'm like, what the hell happened? Like, it was like mush, and nope, can't do that. I'm like,
yeah, it's got a crunch.
Yeah.
If my grapes aren't crunching, I don't want it.
I need your mom's
I do like the whole
winery.
first.
Yeah, but I did too. And like the next day, it was already like half of them were like.
You have to put them in glass.
Oh.
Glass is better.
Because that's what I got. I got glass at home.
Here's like the base.
It's full of it. Yeah. That's how I eat my grapes.
I never had luck with Aldi shopping. It doesn't matter where you get them.
I get
them at Stop and Shop. I get them at Walmart. I get them at Aldi's. I get them at...
You know what? I have one problem with like Price Right and Aldi's. I have a problem with. because you walk through there, and I always feel like everything, like you have to buy particular things there.
Yeah.
Like that is not a place you go to buy everything.
Yeah.
Because you're like, you'll pick up something and be like, what is this? What is this? I've never even heard of this before. And it's like kangaroo grapes, and you're like, what the hell's this? I've never even heard this before. And then you look over, and it's like, you haven't seen that TikTok where, I love this guy. He's the Oriental guy who plays his father all the time, the Chinese guy. Or Japanese, I don't know, like he does that old, like the father, and he acts like the old school, you know, I know you know that one with emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
That's the guy, he has a whole thing, he is so funny, right? But he has a thing where he has a skit where he goes into a store and he goes, I want Avengers, and we have Revengers, we have like everything's always like, when you go to Aldi, that's what it is, right. It's like, I want Pop-Tarts, we have Narc Parts, and you're like, what? I know it's even a thing? I'm looking for Sprite. Oh no, we got Sprit. And they're like, what? And it's always like, at least when you go to Price Right, it's like Price Right Pop-Tarts. Like it says Price Right on it. Yeah. You go to Aldi and it's like, oh, we have Sprit. We have Cock. You're like, what is that? It's like Coke, but not Coke. We have Dr. Salt. Like, what the hell's going on here? I swear to God, that place has like the weirdest food. I'm like, what is this? I remember going with Jay Lee's. Oh, they're supposed to have great discounts. No, I've never had any of these things. I'm never going to try.
You know what, though?
They're not the same.
The peanut butter patties, the Girl Scout ones.
Oh, yeah?
Best ones ever. Better than the fucking Girl Scout ones.
Oh, they have them there? Mm-hmm. What are they called?
Peanut butter.
Okay.
I don't know what they're called.
Because every time I go in there, there's never anything like I recognize. Like there's never like, even like Frosted Flakes. It's like Tony the Tiger's like Tigger the. I'm like, what is this? He's like anorexic. He's like, look like he's like hitting some crack or something. He's like Tiger Flakes. I'm like, what the hell? And I remember Jaylee, look, they have you there. I'm like, that's not corn. I'm like, why don't you just get the rooster and just a plain cornflakes? Like, why do we have this guy? Now, I know they have off-brands at Walmart, and I get they're slightly off, but they have like stuff I've never heard before.
Next time I go
every aisle, take pictures. You gotta take pictures because it's like Sprint. You gotta be like, oh my god, Dr. Salt is an actual drink. You know what? You want Dr. Pepper? No, I have Dr. Salt.
Dr. Pip.
Just things.
Even that's too name brand.
I know that's too name brand. So I'm like, what the hell is this? And she's laughing at me. I'm like, yeah, because usually even BJ's now, it's like they have their own brand.
Yeah.
So it's their own brand, and then it says whatever you want, like, you know, cornflakes or something. And you go, okay, I can live with that. Or, you know, True Value or whatever, or Great Value or whatever. They always have some generic name. But yeah, I go to Aldi's a long time ago, and it was like I was walking through them going, what? I've never seen these products before. And it's like,
they're the weirdest shit there.
They do.
But then they also have like the most random name brands.
Yeah. Like random. They're like
Dave's Killer Bread. I saw that the other day. I'm like,
where did that come from? You're like, yeah, it's always stuff. You know what it is? It's always stuff that nobody wanted. They're like, Price Right didn't want it, so we bought it.
Pretty much.
They're like, this is the worst of the worst. This is the worst of the worst. Then we came here, we put $5 on it because we know you suckers will buy it.
Right.
Oh
so yeah, that was my rant about strawberries. I guess. It's
not even strawberries, it's all of it.
Yeah.
Like, half of it's always nasty. And the other thing I've been finding out, and I don't know if you notice this at Walmart, and speaking of, for Ashley.
For you.
Is that I've noticed they actually, if you watch them, which most of us don't, but Shannon ends up doing all the shopping, so I people watch. Like, I'm that person that I people watch. And half the time I'm watching them, they're taking containers and they're taking half and half. Like, they put new stuff. No, the people that workers. Like, I've seen people look at something, look at the date, open it up, and then take half of, like, it was grapes. I saw them take green grapes and red grapes. And I was going, is that legal? Can they do that? Can they? I'm like, oh.
Is that why they have split bags?
Yeah, like, you know the bags that always are open? You know what? Well, I mean, they got gloves on. They got gloves on, but
no, I understand.
I know, but no, I know. I mean, they're not touching before I.
No. You said they looked at the dates, so
but they were like already like they're taking things, and you go, okay, well, is this one almost out and it's bad, and so you're taking the good part out because it's still technically good? I don't know because I didn't go over and be like, "What are you guys doing?"
Candy next time?
I will. I'll be like, "What are you guys doing?" I think you're trying to screw us here.
I mean, it's one thing to do it with like the bakery stuff, but you do that of day of stuff.
Yeah, that's the other craziness thing. It's like bakery stuff. It's like, this is 5 days old. You want it to $10. You're like, 10? Okay, 2. 2?
It has like, it's all mold. You want it?
I know.
$25.
I love it. It's like, oh, if you don't eat it right now, it's good.
It's like rock hard.
And then some things you see. What did we just? Oh, I know. It was funny. We were just at a Hobby Lobby, and I don't understand this. They're so lazy that they have things that they keep putting the new stuff on top of, which is price A, and they left all the old stuff on the bottom that's price B. So Shannon sits there and
out of season.
So no, not food. I'm at Hobby Lobby.
No, you know, like out of season stuff.
Like no. It's so for example, I'm going to use this for example, like sheets of paper. Like I'm just going to use sheets of paper, right? So they put the new stuff on top for like $2, and then at the bottom is stuff for like $1, but they didn't change the price. So she ends up grabbing stuff from the bottom and ends up paying like half the price. And I'm like, it's going to run out soon, but she's like going through like a half a stack from the bottom.
Jeez.
Because it's cheaper, and I'm like, who's in charge of this? And of course, because it says it rings it up, and because it has that certain thing on it, doesn't change the price up there. It's always, I'm like, because I sit there waiting for her to get caught. Like, this is $3, not $1, you know. Mm-hmm. And it always rings up $1, and I'm like, oh man, she's gonna.
Damn.
Yeah. So if you go to Hobby Lobby, try to look at the bottoms. Yeah. Mm. When you go shopping, do you shop in the back?
Huh?
Like when you go through all the product, do you gotta grab the ones in the back? My dad does. Like my dad, Marin does too now. When she goes shopping,
it's like
she never grabs the first one. She grabs the back.
I'm trying to get the fuck out of there.
It's Walmart.
So unless it's produce.
Walmart. It's Walmart.
Yeah. And I have like my headphones on because I do not want to talk to anybody. But yet everyone's like, "Hi, how are you?" I'm like, "Don't know you."
I don't know. No one talks to me, but I get the. I think I must have the attitude when I go there because it only takes one person to be in the middle and just talking and talking. Like
it's always like when they're putting product out. So like the aisles are already like fucked.
Right. It's like so much stuff.
And there's like 14 carriages in your way.
That or Walmart Walmart shopping for you. Those people are crazy because they have those like ramming like ability, and they don't stop. Like they see you, there's like,
sorry,
I work here.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, okay, well, good for you. I'm glad you work here.
I'll take my money elsewhere.
I know, they're like, yeah, good luck on that. But like, I'll see you tomorrow.
Right. I do have to say the guy that like checks the receipts, I like him. He seems like a cool guy. I go Monday morning, so I don't know if you'd see him.
Where do you go? Do you go to Swansea?
No, I gotta fall over.
Oh, I go to Swansea. My buddy Kevin does all the self checkout. He always like, what's up, Kevin? He's like, just shoot me. I'm like, fine. He's like, do you mind just put me under your card and take me home? I'm like, perfect, Kevin. Come on, let's go. We've got it, bro. I don't know you, but you know what? I'm just the first 5 minutes being in here. I feel your pain. Let's go. Right. I know. I can't. And lines lately. Really? So the self checkout goes like, it's like a line here, and it goes out, and it goes immediately turn, so you're not in the main walkway. Mm-hmm. Every single time there's somebody who's not in line, right? And they're in line and they get pissed. They're like, why? No, stand here. The line's over here. And you're like, no, it's not. The line's over here. You're in the middle of the walkway. You're actually making people not be able to walk by you. Yeah, I'm sure he was driving it. I can't. Walmart's a disaster.
It is.
I just feel like life is, even though it was nice to go to a state building, and people were nice. They were really nice. The lady was like, and I was like, what year are we living in? Like, where are we? Like, you're this nice? Yeah, she was really cool. She was, add questions, and we kept asking her other questions, asking her things, and she was like, this, because I can't help you with this. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I wish I could help you. Like, she was actually like, compared to the guy, like, if you don't know your number, I don't know. Who doesn't know their number? I'm like,
me. I don't know.
I barely know my social security. Hold on.
Honestly,
I'm like, I'm just trying to live.
I'll tell somebody. Not somebody, but like I'll like write down my social security for whatever, and I'm like, let me check that first. Because I get the third number and the last number mixed up.
Oh, do you? Yeah. I'm actually pretty good with I know the last four, like a champ. It's the other, like, you kind of.
I could do the last four.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the whole thing, I'm like,
I'm like, I can barely remember my number. They're like, right now, I'm like, I don't call it. Why do I? They're like, who calls you? Nobody. You know what's so funny?
Not me.
We were literally at the. Oh, this is funny. We were at the 8th grade. I keep saying 74 graduation, and so Nana leans over and goes, "Make sure your phone's off so it'll go off." And I take out my phone. I go, "I have a flip phone. Who's calling me?" Right? Put my phone in. I'm like, she looked at me and I looked at her like, "Yep, yell at me." Instantly became 5 years old. Like, yep. Because you were like, oh yeah, who's gonna call me? Everyone knows I'm out. Like, no one ever calls me. No one ever calls me. Who was it? No, it was a scam.
A scam?
Yeah, one of those things. People. I'm like, I get those all the time. They're like, hi.
The amount of times I have to fucking answer the phone at the salon where it's just dead air. I'm like, really? Really?
That or, are you on Google? I'm like, no, I don't own a computer. Leave me alone. They're like, what? I don't own a computer.
I'm getting a lot of insurance right now. And, like, your business insurance. Or, I've gotten some payroll stuff and your Google listing. And then I get a lot of Chinese people.
And I don't know
or
offense,
not Chinese,
the Indian people are the killers.
Yeah.
I've had it too, and I feel so. It's amazing how dumb I feel with them. Not because I'm like, can you just repeat that? I didn't understand what you. And you're like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm an idiot. And I feel like that's the whole time. I'm like, I'm stupid. Can you repeat that? I cannot understand you, and it's not you. It's me. And I'm like, right away, I want to be like, no, it's you.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why, of all the jobs, why you have this job. Just like, oh my God, the eighth grade thing. Hey, girl, talk like this. Like the whole time, she talks so squeaking on the microphone. It was like, shoot me.
Oh my God.
Kyle leans over and goes, I don't know if I can do the whole graduation like this. I was like, man, I just hope there's an open bar at the end of it. He just started laughing like, oh. It's really bad because I know it's something you should like celebrate. I just don't have that in me.
No, I don't have that.
I don't know why. I didn't have it in me when it was me. Like, I'm not even like, oh, I bet you liked it. No, I didn't like any of that. Like, when I used to go to banquets for horse shows and I used to win, I used to hate going up and getting the prizes. I mean, you like it for a second because I like the, first place grand champion goes to Niles Perry and Marshmallow, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, you have that moment, you're like, I've worked for that. Mm-hmm. And then you're like, and your mom's like, go ahead, go up, go get it. And you're like, oh, I gotta go get up. And then everyone's looking at you. And then you get they're like, smile. And it's like, I don't know, when you're a kid, you hate pictures. Mm-hmm. Or at least my day, nowadays everyone takes selfies. But I was like, okay, pictures. Which I'm glad I have. Because I have a lot of great pictures of me being kind of like silly up there and whatever.
I don't like the attention on me. I
do and I don't. It's a weird thing. Like I do when they announce Niles Perry, grand champion, blah, blah, blah of the year with 1,000 some odd points. And you just get like, you feel like you've accomplished what your goals were for the year. And then the second you have to go up, I don't know. It's a weird thing. Like I'm glad to win, but then it's like I want everyone to just forget it, and like let's all have fun. Like in my head was always like, just play the music. I want to dance with everyone. I want to laugh and joke. And this was the one time we all got to spend each other time together more as kids than because there were times that you would see someone you would know that rode, and she's like, "Oh, when do you ride?" I was like, "Oh, I ride here," and she's like, "Oh, I ride here." And you know you're not really going to hang out for the day because, or you see each other slightly, but she's on when you're on, or like, you know what I'm saying. So sometimes the only time you got to see each other, or some of the best times that I remember as a kid at a horse show, was being lined up outside the ring waiting for your class to go, because you know it's enough time that you're going to have to sit and wait, but not enough time to put your horse away and unsaddle. Like, you don't have that much time. And I remember just sitting there at the thing, and we just there'd be like a row of me and, well, maybe one other boy, and then like 4 other girls or 5 other girls, and then we just sit there and we laugh or joke, or and then the trainer would come over. "Okay, guys, you gotta pay attention," and then we'd be like, "Okay,"
Yeah.
But it's, I don't like the attention, but I did like the attention. It was a weird thing for me. I like the attention of winning because I like the competition, but then it was like, I don't like the gawking of it afterwards. Like, it's, when people say congratulations, okay, thank you, out.
Yeah.
I almost sometimes liked giving it out more. Like when someone won, "Good round, that was really nice, good job," because I feel like that was me for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I started winning, I didn't take it. Like, I remember a really prestigious trainer once said to me, or said to my mom, it was one of us, like, or I was there, saying, "I never can tell if Niles won or lost, because I left it all. I left it all in the ring. It was like, it was done." And then once they announced it, it was like, well, I had thought in my head, like, well, I put it all in the ring. If I won the class, I won the class. Great, that's awesome. That's what I worked for. But if I didn't, there's next class, there's next day, there's next tomorrow. There's, and I don't want to say didn't care, but I didn't care like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
When was your last one? Your last show?
My last show that I rode in? Actually, my last show.
Did you know it was your last show?
Yeah, it was actually a very emotional day for me. One of my last big show as a junior. As an adult, I knew I was kind of done. I was kind of like getting on, showing, knowing that this, because I was working at the same time, and it was getting too hard. Like, I knew I was done.
Yeah.
But my last real show, like I knew that I was walking away from, in a way, was Washington at the jumper finals, because I knew my horse was taken from, like, everything was gone, like my equitation horse got sold, like everything was gone, and everything was kind of just, it was over. It was the end of the road. And even though I landed up riding and showing as an adult, it just wasn't the same. Things started changing it's different when you're an adult, because when you go from jumping 3'6", which is tall, or 3'9", and then you go down to 3 foot as an adult, so you go backwards, and then becoming an amateur, which is bigger, like 4 something, is on the weekdays when you need to work as an adult. So it's a weird, like, it's only for, like, it's set up for only certain people to succeed. And it wasn't in the books for me, but I just remember being really good. I mean, I think the hardest thing was I went into, I know this sounds really weird when I did riding, but I did it as a partnership. Like, when I would sit with my horse or my pony, I say, "Okay, this is the partnership. I'm going to treat you good. You're going to treat me good. We're going to ride. We're going to do this. And then you're going to go on and you're going to go to somebody else, and I'm going to go on something else, and that's the way it's going to work." Mm-hmm. So I already had, I don't want to say walls, but it was always things. It's funny because I watched the Whitney Houston documentary, and I totally forgot about this. And I looked over, Shannon looked over, and I was crying. I was like, "Oh man!" And she's like, "Why are you crying? This is not even a crying moment." But I forgot she sang "One Moment in Time," and that was like a song that I always thought that got played when I was riding my pony for the last year. Oh. So like every time I hear that song, I think of Marshmallow. I think of that year, and I get kind of emotional about it. But at that moment, I wasn't emotional. I knew it was going to a new home. It was going to Peter Jennings' daughter, and we sent her a big basket because someone gave me the Hortons had given me a basket of like stuff to start.
Yeah.
And it's a weird feeling. It's kind of like high school. You know it's the end, but yet it's like you just... My dad always seemed to tell me, and he gave me good advice, and it took me a long time to take it though, but is that life constantly changes. Like it constantly changes. And as much as I try to keep it, it constantly changes. Like this week is always so hard when I'm doing, and then, like I even said to him, and he's like, get over it. It's like nothing. But for me, it's like,
Yeah. It's hard when you're on a schedule and you do things.
Yeah.
Like to the schedule.
Literally Monday I came home, and I came home at 1 or something like that, right? I slept the whole afternoon. I was so tired. I was so like...
You don't sleep the night before?
I barely. Like I was like... And I had to be there at 9. So I didn't have to be like 7 o'clock in the morning like I normally do. Like 9 we got there, and I was like...
How early were you?
Oh, I was up before the kids went to school.
No. How early did you get there?
Oh, no, we got there at 9.
Right.
We got there because of the bus schedule. Like Shannon totally was like, I'm in charge. Follow.
Right.
Follow.
Okay.
So I was like, okay. So I just kind of went with it, and I knew I didn't have an appointment either. That made my life easier. But just the stress of like, because even she said, well, just go on the computer. And then I put my phone down. She's like, oh, you have a flip phone. Well, we need to get you into the 2020s. I'm like, no. No, I don't know if other people like that, but I get really worked up.
I need to be on my schedule.
I know. I get...
Vacations are hard because I love doing things.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm like...
You have that moment where you go...
like, do this thing that I usually do right there.
You're like, it's not getting done, and you're just like... And it's simple things. It's just whatever it is. It's it's so weird. And I just get into these habits. And I remember Monday, I was like, Dad, that was fun. I was out. And then I'm like, I am not sleeping. Hey, Jack. I totally thought I wasn't going to sleep all night. Went to bed. Slept all night. Like, woke up the next morning like... like I was exhausted. I'm like, what? Because the only difference I think with the world, and I do appreciate my parents are, I mean, when I used to kind of back up, they used to like push me forward. Like, it's okay, do it. And I think as I got older, it made, like this hat. I think I've already told the story 1,000 times, but when I saw that senior wearing this hat to be a funny day, and I was like, that's it. That's what I want. And then put it on. Those are the results of years of being too scared to do things. My parents saying, take the chance. Like you're already being laughed at now. What are you going to get laughed at? Like what's on the other side? And because I always felt my parents were too strong individual people, and I say individual, like I never ever felt like my dad was a follower. My dad did what he thought was right and basically fuck the world. Like that's how he thought things. My mom was the same way, kind of had the same attitude. I felt like my dad was a little, I don't want to say stronger because I think that's the wrong word, but sometimes a little more confident. Where my mom was kind of like, would think like, okay, well, how this would affect everything sometimes. But still would be like, this is me and I'm not changing who I am. So she was always a strong person who she was. But I think my dad was always like, I'll try something new. I try this, I do this, or I like this hat. And he'd be like, why are you wearing that hat? And be like, because I like it. And I'd be like, okay. And I always respected that in a crazy way that I tried to be like that, but yet it's scary. It's hard. It's not like people always say, well, I have anxiety. Yeah, I don't think you understand. I think that's the difference between your generation, my generation, like generations, is that, yeah, that's how it works. I'm scared shitless going on this thing all the time. I always feel like I'm putting too much out or I'm not putting enough out. What are we doing? Does anyone even care? And then I get the support from you when you're like, I don't care. I just like doing it. And then I say, okay, if you're enjoying it, I'm enjoying it. Well, then I'm strong enough to say F you if no one wants to watch it.
Yeah.
But I think it's like when people say, oh, I have too much anxiety, I can't go in public. You can. We all can. It's just taking that breath, jumping off the cliff. That's why I always say it's like jumping off that cliff. If you just got to have faith in yourself. And that's, I know that's not everybody in the world, because I know some people can't, but I feel like there's more people like, I remember Marin said, well, I can't do this. I'm like, you can do this. You can do this. Because I did it, and I have an ulcer, I have problem, I have everything that you can go wrong for you, I have, and I've done it. And it's weird too, because it was all my freshman year, and my freshman year was the craziest year for me. I signed up for theater, I signed up, like, I didn't do anything before that like that. Student council, I signed up for student council. I just was like, I'm just going to try everything. I'm just going to throw everything I can at the wall, and anything sticks, I'm going to be like, yeah, this is me.
Yeah. That's how it should be.
It should be.
It's hard. It's easier said than done.
It is. And then when you're out there and they're looking at you, or they're judging you, and, that's always, I think I always say from myself, and this is why I always I've been telling Marin lately, I've been telling Grayson this way, I've been telling even Talon, of the, you know what, just do it. They're going to make fun of you if you do A. They're going to make fun of you if you do B. So just do what you want. So if you like C, F them all. Like, just go out there. And because I know Grayson was having a little anxiety going on this, because I don't know if I could walk out. I'm like, you can do it. Like, this is like the least thing. You don't have lines to memorize. You just walk around. You just grab it and run. You know what I mean? Like, you're not even doing something silly. Like, if you guys were doing something silly, I'd be like, okay, guys, like, let's do this. Like, I watched this graduation thing where this guy comes out of nowhere and does this wrestling move to another guy, and this other guy comes out and starts counting. I'm like, best graduation ever. I'm like, they would never.
That's crazy.
I don't think it was even allowed, because I think a teacher, like, someone started to come over and grab them, and I was like, I don't care. I would be like, that'd be worth it.
What are you gonna do? You already graduated.
Like, what are you gonna do? Like, oh, you can't take it. They're like, okay, you can take it.
Right.
It was funny too, because Grayson's bully for the last 3 years goes up in front of her, and I was like, just take out his leg right before he takes the step. Just take out his leg, and she's like, I can't do that. That's too mean. And I'm like, yeah, what are they going to do? You're out of 8th grade. Like, what are they going to do now? Spend you for the summer?
Is she at school tomorrow?
No, she doesn't school tomorrow.
Oh, so today was the last day.
Today is last day of school.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
That was
why is it? Well, okay, so then why was graduation the day before the last day? That makes no sense.
Actually,
because it's supposed to be yesterday.
Yeah, I know the graduation. Yeah, and then there was supposed to be a thunderstorm, and then it was like.
I understand that.
No, I know, but I was like, I don't know why. Listen.
Oh, you're graduating one more day.
The one thing I can't understand is anything what school does. Like, I can't. There's certain things that I'll go, I don't get this. But I get it. I get it, but I don't get it. Okay? Just take private school and public schools. They don't have the same rules at all. At all. They can pick and choose. They have a whole month off in March. They don't go to school the whole month. Nobody says nothing about that.
Right.
You miss more than 2 weeks of school in public, and the whole world blows up.
Yeah.
You have 180 days of jail, and if you don't serve that, like... In my day,
also be in school.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Public is jail. Guy, I am almost starting to believe it's more of a jail I'm serious, than a school. Because I, as an older man that's 47, that's in Generation X, thinks that the school teaches your generation nothing. And then when you guys get out, you guys go like, I don't know how to do taxes. I'm like, yeah, neither do I. My generation didn't friggin'... But I had a class where they taught you how to write checks, how to finance your checkbook. I had a class that did that all 4 years. And each year was a new, life lesson for 4 semesters.
Yeah, and that's how it fucking should be.
Right. Because, they treat every kid like they're going to be, rocket scientists. And you're like... And I know it's just... Oh, Ashley.
They usually do younger grades moving up graduations the day before because there's a lot going on in the building and it gives a rain date.
There you go. There you go.
I guess. But
I get it. I get it, Ashley. Ashley's like, I'm trying.
That kind of sucks, though.
I know.
Graduation. Oh, one more day. Whatever.
I don't get it. I don't know. I'm getting to that age where I feel like I'm at that age where things don't really make sense anymore, and I'm like, that's when I feel old. Like I feel like, when did this happen? Like when does things don't make sense? But it is what it is. This was an exciting week for me. Not really, because I did like normal life stuff. I didn't do like
there's just a lot.
There's just a lot in 1 week.
When you're normally doing like nothing.
When you
or
do,
like
your routine of just like you work, go do this, Wednesday shop, then do this and then that. It's just one of those weeks where it's just like, I don't know if everyone else is like that. Well, I think if your life is already busy, because I know like, I always think like your life with your dad. Like every time when I was, not recently because I haven't seen him, but like before I was like, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. I have this in the band. I got to build this. I got to build that. I'll be like, so you have no time, and I'll see you later. Yeah. He's like, no, you can stand there while I build.
Anytime you want to come over here. I'm not home though.
You know how many times he's like, anytime you need to come over, can't come hang out. And then, oh yeah, we're going to birthday party. Oh, we're going to here, we're going to that. I'd be like, okay, bye. I'll just wait for you guys to call me to know when I can come over. No, that's not true. I just sit there like this. No, it doesn't. Ring. No.
Ah, spam.
No, the spam calls. I'm sorry I have to hang up. My friend might be calling me to hang out.
They actually want to know about their credit extended warranty.
No, I don't know. It's just one of those weeks where I don't know. I think it's around this time too, because this is graduation week for everybody. It's like, because that's all I see on Facebook. Oh my gosh, can I just tell you? I like to make one announcement before we get done. Mothers and fathers, please, can you please make sure you pay attention to your kids' /daughters' outfits. I have seen the most horrific outfits. Now, I'm not talking about revealing. I'm not talking about ugly. I'm talking about, I saw one that doesn't fit a girl, which the girl was skinnier than, like, skinny kid, but she was not a, like, they're like, oh, are you talking about heavy? No, I'm talking about a normal. It was so tight on her that it made a uni boob. Like, I'm not joking. It was so tight. You could tell that it was digging into her sides. Jeez. And she couldn't, and I'm not, before I'm being accused, I was Shannon pointed it out, went like that. Yeah. That it looked like it was cutting into her skin because she couldn't wear a bra because it was a strapless, and it was pushing so hard that it basically pushed both boobs like this. And I go, that doesn't even look comfortable. Like, that doesn't even look good. And she's taking pictures, and I'm like, oh jeez, like, come on, like. You can't tell.
Those are pictures you look back on and be like, why did I wear that?
You're just going, and like, I don't get it. That's what she wanted to wear. No, I'd be like, honey, you don't, because Grayson wanted to wear, like, she has this unbelievable outfit, and she's like, oh, my tummy shows. And I'm like, I hate that crap. You're in 8th grade and your tummy shows. By the way, she has no freaking tummy. Like, she has a normal tummy. Like, she doesn't have a six-pack. She has a normal tummy. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's why I was made fun of, by the way, by Grayson. I told her when I was younger, I would wear something like that. Like, I was she goes, you can wear that. And I was like, yeah, I was real skinny. She goes, yeah, but that guy's a little muscular. I was like, yeah, I was actually muscular. Like, I actually had, like, a 4-pack or a 6-pack. You did not. I was like, yeah, when I was a kid, now I have a cake, so I entertain the whole party.
Perfect.
I know. Who wants a 6-pack at a party? Nobody.
Everyone gets a swig. A sniff.
At a keg, you're supplying the whole entertainment for the whole party. Nobody says, let's go to a 6-pack party. No, they say, let's go to a keg party. Right. Perfect.
All right, you about ready to go?
Is it about that time?
Yes.
It is?
Yes. I finished my challenge, by the way.
Oh, yeah? We put in a challenge, so
Yeah, I'm a free woman.
You're a free woman now. You can do all the bad things you used to do, and eat the crap you used to eat.
Yeah, I'm not gonna though. I mean, I'm gonna have like a fun weekend, but
Right. I would imagine. I would suggest. How about this? You keep the diet, but have the fun stuff on the side.
Yeah.
So you can be the happy of the two.
Yeah.
Because
I'm not gonna be military to it.
I know. Because you really were cutting down. You were like, oh look, I can look at that potato.
Pretty much.
There was one point I was like, go ahead, you can lick it. No, I can't.
I'll smell it. Nope, that's too many calories to smell.
But you did it, 75 days. Mm-hmm. 75 days on a strict calorie workout, right? You had to do so many workouts?
Yeah, 2 45-minute workouts.
2 40 a day.
A gallon of water. I had to read 10 pages of a book, which I mostly listen to podcasts.
That's a lot for you. So that's like...
Well, don't worry, Tuesday.
She's like,
book 14 times. So.
I just called Ashley, read on the phone.
No, we said we could listen to podcasts too. So I listened to podcasts, and then you had to take a picture of yourself. So I have pictures and.
Does it look good? See, the problem is I see you every week, so I feel like you've lost weight. I feel like you've toned up.
Technically 11 pounds.
I feel like toned.
I'm not doing like weight.
Yeah, but I feel like you've toned.
Yes, I've toned.
Like if that makes sense.
Yeah,
like,
I have a lot more muscle everywhere.
Yeah.
And yeah, I feel good.
That's the important thing.
I'm doing a mud ride on Saturday.
Oh, how good luck on that's rough.
I'm kind of nervous.
Because
I'm gonna get hurt.
Yeah, because that mud really like.
Yeah. And it's supposed to pour all day, so I can't wait.
Oh, that time might actually be better.
For all the mud to just pour into my eyebrows. It's perfect. Can't wait.
Don't wear mascara.
Thanks, Georgette.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty proud of you. So let's go enjoy. We'll see you guys on Tuesdays or Thursdays if you're watching.
Pick one. Be
one.
there or don't.
Be there. I don't know what to tell you. It's 101.
Yeah. If you want us to do anything, let us know.
Yeah. Which we know that ain't gonna
Right. Actually, if you want us to do anything in particular. We have to play a game.
I know. Okay, that's our next one is our game. Yeah,
hopefully everyone's...
We can get everybody, yeah. Alrighty, guys.
Bye!
Bye!